What is up, Wikimaniacs? And welcome, Kevin, to the show.
He's
and
mad.
John. He's
Hello.
mad. Why is he so mad?
His face is wet
For his own reasons?
for his own reasons. He likes to attack the water hose when we're filling up the pool water, and he's angry.
Gotcha. Well, what's up, Wikimaniacs? Welcome back to another Wednesday live stream. It's your boy Josh here, joined by John. Sean is at work currently, so
Unfortunately,
hopefully he's watching, but we know he's not.
he's not. He don't care about us.
What's going on, everyone? How is everyone doing on this fine Wednesday? Are you all doom and gloom about the TikTok ban?
Hey, yo, chill. I heard they're requesting, what do you call that? An extension.
Yeah, because everyone's going to Red Note and they're panicking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fuck. What's up? We're live on YouTube, Twitch, and Patreon right now. So check us out wherever you want. I mean, obviously you're on here already, so you know where we're live.
Greetings from Fort Worth. Dallas is main up. Shout out Crimson Cass.
Oh, nice. I'm on Red Note, says that. Learning Mandarin. Let's do it. Oh, congratulations for getting a job, Bridget. Hell yeah.
Let's go,
finished
Bridget.
work in the UK.
It is Wednesdays. Oh, Wednesdays. Wednesday.
It's Wednesday,
It's
my
hump
dudes.
day, baby.
Fuck, my mic keeps falling. Yeah, Carrie, a lot of people found us on TikTok, so we are also sad. We will still be on there because even though we were dumb in the first place and made it on Canadian, like in Canada first, it's actually turned out to be a good thing.
We could finally, hopefully, crossing our fingers, get in the creator program there. That'd
Yeah.
be great.
That'd be great if they brought it to Canada. But yeah, so we'll still be on TikTok. You guys might not be, but we will be. Maybe we'll jump to Red Note if TikTok does actually get banned. Anything you want to talk about, John, before we hop into some stories today?
Oh, before we hop into the stories, I know we're gonna address it on the Friday's episode, but we have opened up a PayPal donation link to
Not yet.
start funds for the the unfortunate LA fires that has been happening lately. So if any Wikimaniacs would like to donate, all proceeds, of course, 100% of that is gonna go towards that. And we also have a bunch of different causes that we're supporting there as well. So it's going to be on our show notes. Feel free to check it out.
I will say it's not up there yet.
It will be, though.
I've not updated PayPal yet, but yeah, look for it on Thursday for Patreons and Friday for non-members. Shout out to Paula, who subscribed for 7 months. Says, hi from Sweden, and thank you for brightening my day. Oh, shout out Sweden listeners. That's awesome.
Hello.
John, so we got quite a few stories here today. I got 4. How many you got?
I have 5.
Okay, you go first then, I think, because I think that makes the most sense.
That would. So I'm pulling a Sean sandwich for mine. So starting out kind of okay, and then the middle parts we might get mad. A little
okay.
bit.
I took mostly funny ones.
Perfect.
So we got a good balance going here.
Oh, Burley, hello from Dallas. Hi, Burley. I'm also here.
Oh, we got Toronto, UK,
Vegas,
Baltimore. Ooh.
Toronto. Sheesh.
No offense from Baltimore, but I am cheering for the Bills. For no other reason than I have them winning the bracket. So
oh man. All right.
So stuck in my Airbnb instead of snowboarding because I broke my wrist. Oh my goodness. I hope you feel better.
What happened, Mary? How'd you break your wrist?
I'm going to Banff in April, I think, for snowboarding, and I'm terrified because I've never done mountain snowboarding, but all my friends that I'm going with have, so I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Dude, the last time I went snowboarding, the very first and last time, I broke my ribs. Fun stuff.
Not fun at all.
Never again.
We got someone from Prince Edward Island. That's crazy. There's like 10 people that live there.
from Georgia. Is it the country Georgia or the state of Georgia?
I assume the state.
Well, shout out to you, Hey Girl Podcast. Tulsa,
right.
Oklahoma. Okay, cool stuff right there. I got friends over there.
Yeah, we got lots of people from everywhere. It's kind
I
of
know,
cool.
I love to
It's
see
kind of
it.
cool to see everyone coming together for a random Wednesday afternoon stream.
All right. Well, you ready, Josh?
Yes, just quick shout out to Adriana who gifted 1 membership. So.
Hello. Thank
And
you.
then go ahead.
All right. Starting off hot. You know, we always like to honor our boy here because he's not here. So I'm always starting out my stories with Sean's favorite subreddit, r/today I fucked up. And this one is posted by Gen Z lower score motivator. The title is Today I fucked up by trying to flirt with a girl and accidentally calling her mom.
Oh no. That's not a good way to start.
Sigmund Freud somewhere laughing and smiling in heaven right now, baby. Mommy?
Oh, God.
All right. Story goes as this. So there's this girl in my class. Let's call her Emma. She's super smart, really funny, and honestly, just so pretty, it's hard to concentrate when she's around. Today, we paired up in bio class for this group project. I was trying so hard to seem cool and normal, which, if you know me, is already a stretch. Anyway, we're sitting there working on a project, and she says, "Can you hand me that beaker?" Now, in my head, I'm thinking, play it cool, just say something casual. But my brain decided to throw it in a plot twist. Instead of saying, sure, I said, "Here you go, Mom."
No. No.
Mom. I called her Mom. She just froze for a second and then she burst out laughing, like full on laughing so hard she couldn't even breathe. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there dying inside, trying to laugh it off like, yeah, I say it all the time. Weird habit. And she finally stopped laughing and said, "Well, thanks, son." And now that's apparently our inside joke because she called me son 3 more times during class. I don't know whether to be mortified or proud that I made her laugh, but yeah, probably not my smoothest move.
That is a tough one to overcome. Man. I mean, I'm glad she took it in the like, oh, that's funny way, because it could have been like, oh, that's fucking creepy.
It's like, you got mommy issues, my
Yeah.
guy.
So I'm glad she took it the other way, which was humorous. Yeah, that.
Oh my god, if Sean was here, he's gonna be like, you know, we all had a point where we were attracted to our mom.
That's such a funny bit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I know this was like the classic Disney Channel like teenage episode where this happens in class or whatever. I'd never experienced that or like saw it happen in my life. So I don't know if it's just an overblown thing, but does that happen to people? Like, do you accidentally call teacher mom or dad or something like that? Does that happen?
No, because I usually got yelled at by my teachers for being a fucking nuisance in class. It's like, go see the counselor. Okay.
Okay. And you're still seeing a counselor. It worked out.
You know, rumor has it she probably kicked me out too.
Yeah. Also, I think this guy can come back from this. This is not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, not a deal breaker, I don't think. Shout out to Paula for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much for that. Cool. That was a story.
That's it.
All right, I'll move on to my first one, which I gotta say, this might be the most unique subreddit I've ever gone to. It's r/Harrisonburg, which is
like the place in Pennsylvania. Is that from Pennsylvania?
Virginia, it says here.
Virginia.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
yeah.
Harrisburg. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a total of 6.5 thousand members, so it's not huge.
Okay.
But it was originally posted by Mark Weston, and
bold to put your full ass name there, Mark Weston.
Very bold, very bold. And it's the highest post on the subreddit by like thousands of upvotes.
Okay.
And the title is "Need a Fake Kid to Piss Off My Wife."
Is this some human trafficking shit?
No, it's not. There's no trigger warning for this one, so
Fake kid.
it's funnier than you think.
Okay,
Yeah.
I was nervous a little bit. I'm like, what do you
Yeah,
mean
I
by
initially
that?
I initially read this one and I was like, oh, not sure where this is going, but it is a more funny story. It ends up being anyway. So, my wife and I are watching Elf together, and we saw the part where Buddy's real dad, Walter, tells his wife Emily about Buddy. And Emily gets excited about this surprise adult kid that pops up into their life from a time before they knew each other. So have you watched Elf before? I don't think so, right?
I have not.
Okay.
I haven't watched it.
So basically, Buddy's Walter's son from a previous marriage, and Buddy ends up at the North Pole because he sneaks into Santa's sack, like bag or whatever, and gets taken to the North Pole, grows up there, and then goes to find his real dad. It's a whole.
That's with Will Ferrell, right?
Yeah,
Elf?
it's Will
Okay,
Ferrell
okay.
is Buddy.
Okay.
So he gets there, and the wife is super excited about the son that, it's not her son, obviously, it's her partner's son from before they were together, and she's
Okay.
super excited about it. Anyway, that's the premise. I pointed out to my wife that it's a little unbelievable that Emily would immediately be on board with this. I then commented that my wife would actually be mad at me in this situation, even if I genuinely did not know this kid existed and it was conceived before I had met her. She denies it, but I know my wife. We're in our early 40s and we've been married for 10 years, together for 12. So I need a 20-ish kid to come knock on the door and tell me they're my kid and that they just wanted to meet me. Gotta be convincing and really talk about how your mom and I were once really happy before she died of something tragic. Dealer's choice. Job pay is $100. Gender, race, etc. don't matter, as long as you could pass for early 20s. Shouldn't take more than an hour conversation, then you get a call or something and have to leave. Want to do this soon after the New Year's, you come up with the backstory and I'll play along. I'll give you a little more info up front after you take the job. And that is the original
I want that job.
I mean, it sounds like a lot of people did, because OP had a ton of takers for this job.
Hold on, Kevin's barking. Let me just let him out real quick. BRB.
Okay, sounds good. I did see a donation there. Shout out to Avery for the $5. The perfect stream to watch with my morning bagel. Keep up the great videos.
Oh, happy National Bagel Day today, by the way. Most random fact that I freaking know.
You know what's even more random? I had my first bagel in like months without knowing that today.
Bagel sounds good right now. But dude, yes, I want that job. I don't know if I don't think I could pass for like an early 20-year-old person anymore. Maybe if I shave my face, I'll do it.
Maybe, yeah.
But yeah, I do want that job. I think I would crack halfway though.
It would be tough.
Daddy?
You would blow it immediately.
Is that you, Daddy?
Jesus.
I remember the good times you had with my mommy, Daddy.
Oh, fuck.
I remember being in PJs when I was young and you fed me cookies, Daddy.
It's a good thing you didn't respond to this one.
Oh man, I'm getting way into this shit. I'm like, as a matter of fact, don't even pay me. This is all for fun for me at this point.
Holy fuck. So, like I said, OP had a ton of people join, and he puts an edit, says, it looks like I not only have a potential fake kid, but the kid could actually pass as genetically like me. And then there was an update. So, to the very dramatic naysayers, one of which compared my prank to spousal abuse, several diagnosed me with a number of mental illnesses, at least as many as said I was childish and cruel. To you, I say, you're probably right. However, nana boo boo, stick your head in doo doo. I gotta
See, who would fit right in? We talk like 2-year-olds.
True. She'd be like, it must be your son.
Yeah, so immature, just like you.
He goes on to say, we've been married for a decade. We know each other well enough to know what's over the line and what's funny. That said, it was harder than I thought to secure a fake child. What a crazy sentence. Sure, I had a large number of participants, and even a couple fabulous candidates, one of which all actually looked enough like me that I started wondering if one of you got to my wife and were pulling the ultimate Uno reverse card on my prank.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, interested and committed are two very different things. Multiple sons and daughters made it to planning stages and found one reason or another to bail. Let me be clear, I do not blame these folks at all. I don't think I'd have the courage to send the first DM, let alone actually go through with the prank orchestrated by a complete stranger. But John would be. John be down.
I'd be down. Send me to
Harrisburg. That's what it's called.
Harrisonburg, please.
Yeah. But I did find a suitable actor with the courage to come through, and I still think it was money well spent. So here is the synopsis of how it played out. Saturday afternoon, my doorbell rang. My dog lost his mind, as he's one to do, and my wife answered the door since I pretended to take a call moments earlier. My son, looking about 20 to 25, taller and better looking than I, asked if I was home. My wife motioned to me, and I came to the door. My son, who even shared my first name, which was his idea, not mine, said he had some, which is crazy.
Hey, this person is goated for that.
That'd be insane for the ex to be like, I'm gonna name you after your father who doesn't know you exist. So my son said he had something kind of strange to talk to me about. I asked if he wanted to come in, which literally almost blew the whole thing because I would sooner saw off my own foot than invite people into my house. But my wife didn't think much of it. We came to the living room, and I offered him a drink, and he declined. My son is an excellent actor, by the way. He would later say it was the anxiety of the situation and not wanting to mess up that made his nervous demeanor so convincing. This is from memory, but it's pretty much everything he said. I'll let my son chime in with details should he feel like outing himself. So down in the comments, which I don't think he did. So, my son, do you remember old ex-girlfriend? Do you remember insert old ex-girlfriend? Yeah. That's my mother. ... It was my wife who reacted with, "Oh, no way." So I looked at her, feigning ignorance, and then back at my son and said, "Is she okay?" "Yeah, she's fine. That's not why I'm here." My wife was nearly bursting out of her chair, totally engrossed and completely consumed with two strong theories. 1, her husband had a long-lost son, and more importantly, 2, her husband still hasn't figured out that he had a long-lost son. So I say, "Out with it, kid. What's going on?" And he says, "I'm 22 years old, ... My wife's eyes essentially bulge out of her head, having now confirmed her theories in her mind. She looked at me, seemingly annoyed that I haven't put these obvious puzzle pieces together, and interrupts my fake kid. "I think he's telling you that he thinks you're his father."
Daddy?
My acting is not so great, but I gave it a shot with, "Wait, what?" My look of shock could use some work, but it played for the audience. My son looked at me and said, "She's right. And I'm not really here to ask for anything. In fact, I don't have a lot of time to stay, but I just wanted to meet you and maybe exchange numbers." Me, "This is a lot to take in. I knew your mother a long time ago, and she never said, I didn't know." Him, I'm paraphrasing, but this kid deserves an Oscar. Quote, "She never told you. She only told me on Christmas morning. She didn't say anything bad about you, just that it was over and that she was already dating my dad when she found out she was pregnant with me." "Wait, does your dad know?" "Of course. And I've always known he wasn't my biological father. He's a great dad, but lately I've been wondering who my real father was, so I asked my mom and she told me." Wow. My wife not saying anything, just taking it all in. Not much else to say in terms of production. We exchanged numbers. Then he got his own fake phone call reminding him he was late for something or other and walked himself out. The rest of the production was just my wife and I. I came back to the living room doing my best bewilder act. We talked about it, covered all the things like paternity tests, etc. And it turns out I was way wrong. My wife wasn't mad, miffed, or even slightly annoyed. She was full on amazed, excited, and entertained by the whole thing. I waited a few hours before I fessed up, but before I did, she kept saying how cool it was that I might have a son. And then when I told her it was bullshit, and then when I told her it was all a bullshit lie I made up to prove a point, she laughed a lot. I can't decide what amused her more, the effort I put into the ruse or the fact that I ended up proving her right in the process. Here are a couple of gems for my wife after I told her the truth. Quote, "Where the hell did you find that guy? I'm glad your son wasn't a serial killer. I might have been mad if he came here looking for money. Next time you can save the $100 and just assume you're wrong. And I'm going to get you back, right? And this last one has me a little worried." And that is the post.
Ooh. Well, again, to channel Sean here, I know he hates pranks like that, but I feel like this couple has a mutual understanding what their levels of prankness can go. Yeah. And I gotta say, I feel like these two, their role play game, pretty strong. I wonder they probably have a healthy relationship. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, if Opie's acting is half as good as his son's, yeah, you're right for sure.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I do love the wife's attitude towards it, being like, yeah, I mean, you could just save $100 next time and just admit that you're wrong.
I'm gonna get your ass back. I feel like she has something diabolical cooking, and I hope they do an update with that because I want to know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel she has some good ideas cooking right now. So, yeah, I mean, as far as pranks go, this one was funny. I like this one, and
they were in on it together. They have a mutual understanding what their comfort level is, and I feel like no boundaries were crossed.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it played out the best that it could. There is like the case where she gets upset, and then that's maybe not okay. But her being like, yeah, no, I was okay with this earlier when I said so, and I'm okay with it now. So yeah, all good.
All good. All right. Well, let's get kind of okay. Let's move on to the next story then.
Okay.
All right. This one is posted by Throw RA lower score Little Patka. The title is "My 29 male girlfriend, 27 female, has a blackmail folder on her computer. She has one on me too. What should my next move be?"
That's crazy. I mean, I was like, having a blackmail folder in general is crazy. But having it on your partner, that is scary.
That would be.
I don't love that.
All right. So story goes as this. So I've been with my girlfriend for about 6 months and we've had zero big issues. We have opposite personalities and I always try to be chill and she's more strict and more of the decision maker. She comes from money and works for her family corporation, and she's told me that it changed her brain chemistry because she has to work really hard to be taken seriously because of her age and relation to the business. Also, this reminds me of a lot of the plot for Korean dramas. I'm just living for it.
Sorry, I'm just, it looks like we had 2 lives going. My apologies to everyone not getting notified. I will try and let people know in the other live where we're at.
At least you're in the right place now, people. And she's someone that has to have control over every decision and has a way of getting her way, even with something as simple as deciding where to eat. This hasn't bothered me too much until I found out the extent of it. She has a laptop that she guards with her life, and I don't know why, but the other night when she got up to pee, she didn't close it properly, and I just jumped in to snoop while she was in the bathroom. I don't even know what I was looking for, but I found a blackmail folder of everyone from her business partners to friends and family. She had a folder on her uncle having a gay sexting session, had a folder on some random guy cheating on his wife, and I don't even know how she got it. She had screenshots of her friends' old tweets, and I even found a folder on what I think were my initials, but couldn't open it because she got back. Again, I never had any issues with her, and I was going to keep dating her. But now, I'm genuinely worried. Maybe I'm paranoid, and I haven't done anything bad, but what if she took pictures of me without me knowing or something like that? I'd be so embarrassed. I don't know what to do genuinely.
Sorry, I was half paying attention,
good.
half alerting the other chat where we're at. My bad, everyone. I hooked it up incorrectly. Sorry. OP's wife has it on her uncle.
Girlfriend of
Girlfriend.
6 months has basically a bunch of like blackmail material. So has one with her uncle having sex with someone else. They also have a folder on a random guy cheating on his wife. And for context, it sounds like this person works in a big corporation office or a big corporation. So maybe they have dirt on a bunch of other businesses. So that way they can like leverage, deals and shit.
Okay. Interesting. And OP doesn't know what his blackmail is?
No, so he found he found a folder of himself, but it was like just his initials. He's assuming that it's his, but he never got to open it because she got back from the bathroom, basically.
I understand. Sorry. Okay. I'm all caught up now. Yeah, I think that's incredibly fucked up. As most of the chat saying, that's very paranoid thinking that you would need anything like that. Especially on like your uncle, who is, I don't know. I mean, maybe he's cheating on his wife, but you should just tell them. I don't know his relation. And same with the guy in the office. Just if you know that stuff and you feel like you need to tell the person that he's cheating on or having an affair with, instead of holding it for some personal gain, I think that's pretty fucked up. That makes you just as culpable in some of these acts. I don't know. I do truly wonder what OP's blackmail is. Because it could also be bad, in which case I would say OP's also the asshole. But at this point, she's, I don't know. It feels like she should be telling people and being honest. And yes, I believe blackmailing is a crime, Stevie. So
Yeah.
I feel like also illegal in the real sense.
Yeah. And the top comment for this one, and like I said, BBJZMN put, this really is K-drama vibes. This is a lot of plot to Korean dramas I've seen before. It's usually a rich person or like, someone coming from wealth, and they're always like guarded and shit, and they always have dirt on everybody. And it gives me like Cyberpunk 2077 vibes too. It's kind of funny. And top comment for this story is Kawaii Nico09 put, break up with her. She seems like a vengeful person, readily armed to destroy whoever betrays her. Just tell her in the 6 months you really enjoyed the time you spent together, but you realize you're entirely different people. You respect and admire her work ethic, but you're not so organized about every single detail. You're carefree, chill, laid back, and prefer a lifestyle and partner who can match your personality. That you both do have opposite personalities, and in the long run, you don't see this truly working out. Basically, tell her something she can believe. Lie if you have to, and run. Don't even bother deleting that folder or bringing it up. Leave as amicably as you can. Do not piss her off. She is vindictive. She prefers to ruin someone's life. This is not the wife material, unless you're in the mafia.
Yeah, I mean that's good advice. I would want to get the blackmail that she has on you before you leave, but
be as nice to her as possible.
But yeah, good idea to leave for sure. I didn't give any advice to OP because I forgot about that part, but that's good advice.
All right. Your call, my guy.
Oh, I thought there was an update.
Oh, no, that's it.
What the fuck? I was waiting.
No update, unfortunately.
I wanted to know what OP's blackmail was. Doesn't say at all? Damn.
Didn't see anything. Unless a Wikimaniac finds it.
Well, I've been hedged successfully. That's the worst thing you could do to me. All right. Moving on to the next story here. Posted on r/tragedy.
Ooh, it's going to be a stupid name, huh?
This was posted by Cooler Beans 1981. And the title is, I laughed at my sister's tragedy, and now I'm uninvited to the baby shower I'm planning.
Wait, what? You're planning the baby shower and you're uninvited?
Apparently.
Then cancel the whole damn thing and let them plan that shit.
Yeah, could be good advice. Could be. Any guesses to the name? No one in chat. If you know it, don't say the name. But
oh man, I have no clue.
No clue. Okay.
Is the the kid gonna be a girl or a guy? Does it say?
Says daughter, so
Daughter. It's gonna be like it probably starts with a K and ends with a like EIGH or some shit. I don't know.
okay.
Catastrophe. is the name.
Catastrophe. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not far. Well, I mean, you're far off with the name, but it's a funny.
So, Fred said something about anal.
Hermione.
Hermione.
All right. So my sister is due in early January, and we're planning her baby shower for early December. So this has probably happened already. She decided she wanted to use my mother's maiden name, Rafferty, as her daughter's name. Not a tragedy itself, and I guess it works as a unique name. So Rafferty spelled Rafferty. So it's unique, but not a bad name, in my opinion.
Okay.
But yesterday, I texted my sister that I need to get custom items with my niece's name ordered ASAP so they would arrive in time for the shower. My sister let me know that they're going with an alternative spelling of Rafferty. I texted back an alternative spelling of our mother's maiden name. My sister wants to spell it Ray Farty, Raefarty. So I sent back a bunch of laughing emojis and she asked, what's so funny? I tried to explain that no one will pronounce that as Rafferty, and she'll probably get plenty of the same mispronunciations. She told me I was being ridiculous, and I texted back, my poor niece, little Miss Farty Ray.
Ooh.
I was uninvited to the shower, and my mom told me my sister doesn't want me as the godmother anymore. But like, Ray Farty is really bad, isn't it? Someone needs to tell her, right? So what are your thoughts, John? There is an update. I'll let you.
Yeah, that kid's going to get bullied a lot, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think so as well.
I mean, yeah, someone that the comments put, I think the original name is fine. It's not
It's
a
great.
big deal, but the spelling is wild to me.
It's an interesting name for sure, but it at least has meaning behind it. Like it's your mother's maiden name.
Yeah.
And it's not like a crazy name. It's a name I've never heard before, but it's not like Ray Farty. Like it's not terrible.
I've seen Lafferty as a last name. Shout out One Tree Hill. But Rafferty as a first name, I don't think I've seen it before. But I mean, it's unique. The spelling is wild. Like
I mean,
once you,
it's a maiden name. You can't that's the spelling, right?
Yeah.
Or you mean the new spelling?
The new spelling is wild.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the comments asked, "What about the brother-in-law?" And OP said, "I texted him last night to ask if he knew about the colorful respelling, and surprise, surprise, he hates it and immediately thinks Ray Farty too. But he doesn't know how to approach it because my sister's pregnancy has been increasingly emotional, and he's already walking on eggshells. So." The brother-in-law also is not a fan of it, but there is an update in November 2021 or 2020, 21st, 2024. There we go. So we had an intervention on Ray Farty. I know everyone. I know.
Right.
Everyone said to send a link to the original post to my sister to show her that 103% of the global population would call her daughter Ray Farty, and that would be the easiest thing to do. But some commenters had some pretty gnarly things to say about my sister that she didn't need to read and feel worse about herself. But I wanted to address a few things that came up. First, for those saying I shouldn't bother paying for the baby shower anymore, John, I had no plans to not continue to pay and help out. Disagreements and fighting aside, I love my sister and want her to go into motherhood filled with love and support, regardless of whether she wants my support or attendance at the event. Great sister.
You better person than me. The way I would be like, bitch.
Second, my sister's husband was made aware of the spelling change to Rafferty, from Rafferty to Ray Farty about a month before my post. He said he didn't think much of it until he saw it written down and immediately saw it as Ray Farty too. He said her emotions had been getting worse through the pregnancy and he didn't know how to approach her about going back to the original spelling. He had hoped that once she gave birth, all the hormones would somehow leave her body and she'd come to her senses and it would be a non-issue. I don't know if that's how that works. I think the hormones are forever, my guy. Have an adult conversation. It's okay. Third, a lot of you were lumping my mom in with my sister and said some pretty horrible things about her too. All my mom knew was from my sister calling her to complain that I laughed at her for slightly changing the name. My mom just assumed it was a minor change, like spelling with IE instead of Y, until I told her to grab a pen and paper and I spelled it out for her. Once she saw it was Ray Farty, she was team save this child. Now, for those of you who told me I didn't have any tact and my reaction was mean, my reaction was people would call the poor girl Ray Farty her entire life for the sake of my sister being quirky. 2, pregnancy brain aside, surely my sister would realize her child would be called Ray Farty once it's pointed out, have a laugh and change her mind, and this will end up being a funny story to tell her daughters at her daughter's future wedding or something. And 3, my sister is a bit of a joker, so I initially thought she was pulling a prank or joking. So, all fair reasons, I think, personally. But if she was joking, she took the joke really far. She spent $400 on a mural painted on one of the nursery walls. She wanted to debut the finished nursery to everyone at the baby shower, including her husband, who was forbidden to see it beforehand.
Oh, that's a big old fucking mural of the name, huh? Oh, boy.
The mural had Ray Farty incorporated into it and now needs it to be repainted. She also bought herself a birthing gift, which is this even a thing? She'd have my brother-in-law present to her in front of everyone at the hospital a $900 plus gold bracelet with Ray Farty charms.
That's what you call farty favors.
The baby book also has Ray Farty embroidered on the cover.
Oh.
I contacted my sister's best friend, Katie, not a real name, if my sister has told her anything about the spelling change. She found out about Ray Farty after blowing up with my sister, as my sister wanted to get Katie on her side. Katie, who's a teacher, was initially horrified by the spelling and told me this is the worst attempt at a creative name she's ever seen. And that's great, because there's some crazy names.
Oh, yeah.
The intervention of sorts, the farty party, if you will, Jesus Christ, OP, included me, my sister, her husband, his mother and father, my mother, and Katie. My sister refused to believe anyone could possibly see Ray Farty as Ray Farty, and that we were just mad that she was taking creative license and that everyone does that nowadays. My sister said children are not that cruel to bully her daughter for her name.
Boy, you do not know children.
Luckily, Katie was there because she said plenty of kids are cruel enough and others would join in so they're not singled out themselves. My sister countered that as long as all the adults are pronouncing it correctly, that it'll not be a problem. And Katie told her that not only would adults not know how to pronounce it to begin with, but as long as fart is in the name, kids will latch right on to that. I was happy Katie was there because she shared interesting names to her students. Katie has shared interesting names her students have had over the past few years, so I know her opinion on this would probably be the one to sway her. My sister cried for about 10 minutes and finally agreed to entirely change the name because even Ray Rafferty was tainted because we had ruined it for her. So she's not even going with Rafferty anymore.
Nope.
We told her to take time to consider new names. She told us she still wanted to honor my mother, and she suggested she combine my mother's first name with her mother-in-law's name and create a name on the spot that included a crass term for a lesbian. What the fuck?
What?
This woman is terrible.
Hey, yo, whoever is giving this person like name rights, take them out. Remove them.
This person is terrible from coming up with names.
Holy crap.
When my mother pointed that out, she started crying again and accused us of not letting her be a mom, and her husband suggested we leave it for now and we should all go and give her some space. It's been radio silence until my sister texted me a couple hours ago that she and her husband landed on Theodora, and she's absolutely in love with it. She even decided that my unborn niece looks like a Theodora in the ultrasounds. In brackets, she got one of those creepy 3D ones where every baby looks like the same copper potato.
Theodora, she sounds like she got good credit from birth. God,
I will say,
like she were a top hat 7 years ago. Name.
I will say a way better name. I like Theodora. I replied that it was a lovely, and I'm so happy she's happy. It's not my taste, but at least it's not Theodora or some crap like that. Spelled TheeDoorrugh.
Yo, the apostrophe is wild.
I mean, that's like many Irish names have the apostrophe.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. My niece has been saved from being called Ray Farty. I'm invited to the baby shower again, and I know this is just a blip in my relationship with my sister, and we'll be fine. But Katie will be taking over as godmother, which is fine with me. I can always be the godmother to the next child, who will probably be named something like Tara Masu.
Jesus. At this point, call your kid Titty Milk or something. I don't fucking know.
Maybe she tried already. Maybe they shot that one down. Thank you for seeing the same thing I did and letting me know stopping Ray Farty from coming into existence was the right thing to do. And that is the update.
Ray Farty is wild. Holy shit. Tiramisu. Oh my God. That'd be a terrible name. Oh,
yeah.
Actually.
Well, it was spelled TARAM apostrophe Sue.
Man.
It's clever. It's clever.
It is. I don't know. Creative liberties of like these names. Someone take away the freaking user license for that.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
That kid's gonna go through shit, baby.
Yeah, she will, but you know what? At least it wasn't the worst name that could have been come up with. So
Crimson Cast said there was another update. Send the link.
I can check.
Find it for us, and then we'll do the next story, and then find it for us, and we'll jump on it afterwards. How about that? Might as well. Stevie said, might as well call her Munes. Did it!
There is an update to Ray Farty. Okay. Let me read this one quick. It's a shorter update. All right. So this was posted 12 days ago. So it's not even on Best of Reddit update right now. And the title is Ray Farty has made it to the party. I don't know if you remember my post from a few weeks back about my sister wanting to name my niece Ray Farty. My niece has been born 2 weeks earlier than expected, but she is healthy and home now. When my sister first held her, she said she's so adorable and got an idea.
Oh, no.
She wanted to change it from Theodora to Theodorable. Thankfully, my brother-in-law put his foot down.
That was Tio Terrible. That's what that name sounds like.
He did give her carte blanche on the middle name. When it was supposed to be Rafferty, they went with Rose to counterbalance Rafferty being different. Now that Theodora was normal name, and because my sister just cannot not be extra, she chose, I don't even know how to pronounce this, Jaczynvil.
You got to write that shit down, brother.
Jacinvil? Theodora Jacinvil. And then they say Ray Farty Rose by any other name would smell as sweet. We are not from Florida. Brother-in-law is not from Florida. I don't think my sister has ever been to Florida, much less to Jacksonville. I asked her how she came. This must be a name from that area. I asked her how she came up with it, and she said she always liked geographical names, which is news to me because I specifically remember a conversation about names months ago, and she said she hated when parents name their kids places like Camden or Brooklyn because they're trying way too hard. But you do you, Ray Farty's mom. Also, our city has a pretty sizable Polish American population, and people will certainly try to pronounce it like it's Polish last name. But at least the craziness is
Hold on. Sorry, Josh. CC Elizabeth, but aren't they white?
Probably. They are probably white. Oh, Jackson. Okay, so First Person Energy just made it clear. It's pronounced Jacksonville, but it's spelled that way I spelled it.
Oh.
I would have never got. That's why she was talking about Jacksonville. Okay, that's fucking insane.
But what's the significance of Jacksonville?
Holy. Yeah, that was the update. I don't know. People, I mean, middle names are less important.
White people, Josh.
Fair. That's fair.
As a 14% white, I'm offended by it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, it's I just don't know why they have to, like, why some people feel they have to be so creative and fuck up their kid's life. I will say middle name, I don't care about as much because it's like you barely hear what that is. And it's a funny story to have the middle name, but yeah, I don't know. I'm glad the first name stayed as a normal name. I'll say that.
Get a pet. If you want to name something like as weird as, get a pet. Get a fish for all I care. Get a lizard. Something. Oh my god. Theodorable. That's a cute little nickname, like to call him, but in a government official papers, you got me fucked up.
No, I mean they're just gonna go by Theodora anyway.
Yeah.
If you call them that, so I don't know. It's insane to me. I'm glad it stayed to a normal name, which is great. 20 years from now, am I the asshole for changing my name? No.
No, absolutely not.
All right.
All right.
Okay, so I think we're finally done that one, but thank you for whoever gave us the warning.
Well, moving to the next story. I think this is the one that I'm like, the most. All right. This one is posted by AridHell304. There is a trigger warning for this one, Wikimaniacs. There is going to be mentions of sexual abuse, unfortunately.
Okay, let me get the
trigger warning out.
Trigger warning up.
Renee's okay, but Tara Msu is definitely a stripper name, though.
What'd you say the trigger warning was? Essay?
Mentions of sexual abuse.
Okay.
All right.
Take the politics one out.
Yeah. Well, you could put trigger warning for USA because we're not fucking right now either way. So, all right. The title for this one is My Brother-in-Law, 56 male, basically asked me, 28 female, for birthday sex. Do I tell my sister, 26 female, or approach brother-in-law?
Bro, where are your parents? What the fuck? That is insane. For so many different reasons. Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, you're double her fucking age. Holy shit.
30-year age gap with the married sister, brother.
And then to ask her sister, oh my, this person should be in jail.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Story goes as this. I wish Sean was here to say
I don't know
if
I'm ready for this. Oh, I can play that one.
Illegal. Oh, very much so. All right. So my sister and brother-in-law have been married for 2 years now.
I mean, any number was going to be fucking weird. So I'm at the same level of icked out.
Well, to make it more worse, started dating 4 years ago. I've had a ton of health issues this year, and my sister has been working 2 jobs and almost every day of the week for several months and has not had the time to be there for me much. So I've been asking brother-in-law for help with things occasionally, which my sister was fine with. As a result, we've been chatting more, but I'm quite sure I've never given any romantic signals. Also, It's your fucking sister-in-law. There should
Yeah,
never
there should be
even
no
be romantic
signals.
signals, brother. That's family at this point. What are you
No,
doing?
I would assume any nicety from an in-law is just
Yes,
that
it's doing it for
niceties.
family. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
exactly. Holy fuck.
They're also financially struggling quite a bit, and I saw someone at my apartment was giving away free cat food, so I texted them and asked if they wanted it. They did. So brother-in-law came and picked it up the day before his birthday. We chatted for around an hour, and afterwards he initiated this text conversation.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh at
How
the.
you good, brother?
I was just like, oh, he's 56 and still a broke boy. But that was my, which I'm sure happens. But it's just this guy's just terrible. So I'm shitting on him for that.
Brother-in-law. Then this is kind of like a text conversation they had. So brother-in-law, I appreciate you so much. It was nice having a great conversation with you. Heart emoji. OP. Sure thing. I appreciate you guys as well. Happy face emoji. Brother-in-law. You guys? Laughing emoji. Gotcha. Brother-in-law again. Have you ever had a birthday wish or any wish that you knew there were consequences for, even asking, but you still wanted to ask anyway in hopes that your birthday wish could come true? OP. Can you elaborate? Brother-in-law. I can't, unfortunately. That's totally fine. So that's kind of like their text thread. And then OP continues, he sent kissy faces like before, but I really just wanted to believe he's old. Shut your old ass up. And just doesn't understand the emoji. This reminds me of that one. Sorry, this is a distraction. There was this one meme or one TikTok I seen where like a grandmother kept sending a WAP to everyone else because they thought it was worship and praise. Because they're like hell old, just like, oh, WAP. And all the kids are like, you do know what WAP means, right? Like, yeah, worship and praise. Like, no. All right. Anyways,
here's 3 minutes of Ben Shapiro reading WAP.
I talked to my sister around a month ago, and she told me they're not having sex anymore because, quote, sex isn't just her thing. So I'm 99% sure he was asking for sex. What I really, really want to do is tell my sister and show her the text, but honestly, I don't know if she can handle knowing her husband tried to cheat with her sister at that. And this is where trigger warning comes in, Wikimaniacs. She was molested for 10 years by our choir director as a kid, and her mental health was horrible for many years until she met brother-in-law. She's been doing a lot better, but she's also extremely emotionally and financially reliant on him and doesn't have any close friends. She's also working all the time, exhausted, and has been sick for the past 3 weeks. Brother-in-law has honestly been a really great person up until this point. I've always felt uncomfortable with the age. Yeah.
Has he?
I've always felt uncomfortable with the age difference, especially given her history of her sexual abuse, but my sister was doing so much better with him in her life. Maybe this was just a poor judgment call because he's desperate for sex since his wife doesn't provide that. He's also introverted and doesn't have many other women in his life and wouldn't be able to afford an escort or anything. I also worry that if I tell my sister, she will backlash and blame me, as I've read this is a fairly common response to telling someone their significant other is cheating. With all my health problems, I really can't afford to lose them from my life, and I can't even work full-time right now because my health is so bad and might be homeless in a few months. Because I've had chronic illness for several years, I haven't had this energy to build up any kind of my own support network, and all my other friends live 1 to 3 hours away. So there is a TLDR version, and then there's kind of like relevant comments, and then I'll go into update, but I'll give you a chance to kind of give your thoughts here, Josh. But like the TLDR statement, my sister decided she's ace and isn't having sex with brother-in-law anymore. Brother-in-law strongly alluded to asking me for sex in the above text exchange, and I have significant health problems and I'm extremely dependent on them and can't risk them turning on me if I tell my sister. Sister also has a lot of mental health problems, but has been doing so much better since she met brother-in-law despite the age difference. So any thoughts before I kind of go on to the next?
So many thoughts. First of all, she does deserve to know. Like, this is not okay. I mean, this is besides, like, if this wasn't an age gap relationship, this is not okay. Add that on top of it, and also that he's hitting on your sister's sister, fucked up. She also said he's been a good guy and has looked after her sister, but it sounded to me like he took advantage of a child who
person. Yeah.
had been, broken by pastor or whatever you said, and just took advantage of that. So he's a predator. He's not a good person. So your sister deserves better. I hope that when you tell her, she sees that, and that she has built up the confidence and mental fortitude in the past few years. Like you said, it sounds like she has. Like her mental's doing better, so that she can say, "Fuck this guy, I don't need this," and then you and her can get him out of your life.
Yeah, completely agree everything what you said there, Josh. So there are more commentaries about this, and then there are several updates. OP added, I see two options. Number one, tell my sister directly. Honestly, in the long term, I see this as the best thing for her since she really just needs to find an ace partner that also doesn't want sex.
Yep.
Especially with the possibility that no fault divorce could be removed in the US. And I feel she should do this before it's no longer an option. But I worry about myself having no support and also that she won't be able to handle the news, then spiral into depression, do nothing, and hate everyone. And again, I'm not speculating on like the ace thing that could possibly be a thing, but she's also went through traumatic trauma from
Yeah.
sexual abuse. You know, like that could be something that
From
could
an
be uncovered. Yes.
older person in her life. So it's
Yes.
like I can only imagine that sleeping with the
Someone
creepy,
similar in that. Yeah.
husband is like just bringing back memories of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, she doesn't even need a partner if she doesn't want one. She just
Absolutely.
it sounds like she'd be better off for a while just to
Yeah.
like work on herself and say
Yeah.
fuck guys for a little while.
But I can honestly also see the difficulties in the OP sister of doing that, because she said, you know, she was also sick for a little bit. I mean, her mental health, I gotta say, it's probably struggling so bad right now.
Oh yeah.
And then everything else going on too, like, you know, it seems like she's financially dependent on the guy as well, so that could lead to the difficulties of things. But still, this is not an excuse for like the partner to be doing that shit, because that's a strange behavior. Number two that OP mentioned, tell brother-in-law he needs to talk to his wife about having an open relationship and give him a chance to fix it. It's tough being in a sexless relationship, so I can understand that he feels desperate. My sister also has 4 cats and depends on him for health insurance, so wouldn't be able to take care of herself if they divorce. But I also feel completely ick that he would ask me, his wife's sister, for sex as some kind of favor and don't see their marriage as sustainable realistically. So, update
What the
number
fuck? That's such a fucked up. He's been denied sex by his wife, so therefore it makes sense why he would do something like this. Absolutely not. Fucking, he has a right hand and a left hand. Switch it up every once in a while, dude. Or
the stranger, bro, the left hand, that shit feels
or
different as a mother.
find someone your fucking age who wants to have sex. Like,
Sex toys exist, buddy.
So many options.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather him leave her so that
That
she's not in a creepy relationship. But
yeah,
yeah.
Can you still even get it hard? My guy, you're like 50 something years old. That shit gotta be like barely working at this point, right?
Time for a sponsor.
Update number 1. So this one was posted on December 8th of last year, if I'm not mistaken. I just want to thank you guys so much for the advice and support. I've read each and every message and it has been so helpful in getting me to decide on the path forward. I will go to the route of showing her the text and stating that I feel confused / uncomfortable about them and am wondering if she knows what he's talking about, letting her deduce for herself what he means, and I plan to do it in person. She said she might be available Monday evening, so I'll shoot for that time. I have a queen-size bed, so I'll offer her temporarily stay at my apartment while she processes the situation. Long term, she will likely have to find another place because I have 2 cats and she has 4, and I don't see her being able to part with them. I'll post another update once I'm able to meet with her. And also, I gotta give Reddit some shit here, because a lot of people are saying that like OP is kind of overreacting in a way, and it's just like there really isn't enough concrete evidence at the moment. So OP kind of provided clarifying comments, more information, because that the initial post, it was just that text, and people were just like, oh, maybe you're just like misconstruing it. But reading it the first time, I'm like, dude, that definitely sounds like a fucking invitation to me.
It does, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, besides that, it's a weird relationship either way. So
Absolutely.
I'm all on board with it anyway.
Yeah. So this is kind of more of the clarifying comments, as I found this in her comment thread. So he sent a few other texts implying interest in me before I shrugged them off. I also mentioned he sent kissy faces as well. The most recent time he was there getting cat food, I was replacing some things in my bedroom and just wanted to show him what I was swapping out. He sat on the bed and said, "Wow, your bedroom has a really inviting ambiance." And I figured we've been family for quite a while, so didn't even think twice that it would be an issue showing him something in my bedroom. But now I'm pretty sure that comment was not a compliment of my decor, but actually him thinking about sex with me. Lastly, and here's the part that I really, really regret now. The second to last time he was here, I was very distressed. He insisted on giving me a massage, which I was uncomfortable with, but distressed, so said, okay. It was just a shoulder massage. But then he sent a text afterwards saying, "By the way, can you keep the massage just between you and me?" Or kissy face. I said, "Yeah, sure." Once again, naively assuming he was just trying to help and just didn't want to cause problems in his marriage. So, yes, there have been multiple things that I originally shrugged off, but are now clear they had sexual motives. I'm partly at fault here for being naive and letting him cross boundaries, but I really couldn't conceive that he would think of cheating on my sister, with her own ill sister nonetheless, or that he would think I'm actually interested in a guy in his 50s.
Also, people are wondering if OP is the younger sister. I think OP is the older sister.
OP
correct?
is the older sister, yes.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, all of those reasons are definitely him slowly working his way up towards something more sinister. And those are all fucking creepy things. So, yeah, definitely tell your sister.
Yeah. Last update, and then I'll let you go off, Josh.
Dan Schneider looking at this.
Yes. I just talked to my sister, and I started off by showing her the text and asking if she knew what he might be talking about, but that I felt uncomfortable with them. She was receptive, so I went on to telling her all the other weird things that had been going on, and she is heartbroken / disgusted with brother-in-law. She is thinking about a divorce, but still in the emotional processing and info gathering phase. But she feels so disgusted, she just wants to start over and leave everything behind that she shared with him. I will continue to post any new significant updates that come, and unfortunately, I have not seen additional updates for that.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping for the best. It
Same.
sounded like it was going in a good direction. I would say, as OP, I would just keep supporting your sister through this. I know you're also going through something as well, so it's a bit difficult. But I think together you'll be able to overcome this piece of shit and get him out of your life. That he sounds like a predator who preyed on your sister when she was younger and took advantage of her. So I'm glad she's working her way to get out, and I hope there's a happy update in the future.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with everything you said, Josh. And I do feel for her sister the most, because it's like, man, she went through so much, and kind of like what you mentioned there, Josh, that to be preyed on her like lowest point of life, to be preyed on by someone who I feel like the boyfriend knows like her vulnerable stage in life, And it's just disgusting. Like, OP was saying like, yes, she does have a point that it might suck being in a sexless relationship, like at that point, but OP or the husband or the boyfriend at the time just has to do the right thing. Is like, hey, I'm not happy about this. First of all, find someone your own age, my guy.
Yeah. Is he boyfriend or husband? I thought they were married.
Fiance, I'm sorry. So,
okay.
Find someone at your own age at this time. It's like, hey, I would really like to be in a relationship that has more spark. I feel like that would be an okay thing to do for like the fiance to do that, but to go on and hit on like the sister, that's just fucking weird to me. And it kind of shows, and it kind of just shows like the type of women like that he preys on. It's just like, so I do like younger women like that, and it's just icky behavior for me.
Yeah, there's so many levels of, it's like an onion. There's hitting on sister, hitting on someone 30 years younger than you, hitting on your fiance who is half your age is sister. Like, there's so many levels to this that's fucked up, and this guy deserves the worst. I won't say it, but in a video game.
Yeah, I hope his knees pop every time he tries to get up, and I hope the backache hurts a little bit more. hopefully, you know, like he
I hope his
slunched up a
knees
little bit
pop
more.
every time he tries to get it up.
I hope when you call Life Alert, my guy, no one responds. Everything else in that shit. Help me, I'm falling. I can't get out. Bitch, I hope you stay down, all right?
Oh, fuck, yeah. All right, well, let's move on to a bit of a lighter one here. This one's a bit more funny. From r/advice by Weird Midscore Earth Midscore. And the title is, Do I Tell My Wife the Truth After 11 Years?
Oh, no. Oh, you said it's kind of funny, right?
I could be leading you astray, John.
Why would you do that, brother? Why would you do that? I was kind of hoping to have a palate cleanser here.
I guess we'll see.
You fucking bastard.
Do you think OP should tell his wife after 11 years, though?
Tell me, Daddy.
All right. No, let's take John out. He needs time out. That's he's doing that too much, and I cannot have it anymore. All right.
Thanks for bringing me back on, Daddy. I know you missed me. Daddy, chill.
Oh man, I hate when Sean's not here, so it's me that gets harassed. All right, well, let's check out the story. Once again, this is Do I Tell My Wife the Truth After 11 Years? So when we first started dating, my girlfriend asked me what my favorite meal was so she could cook it for me for our 1-month anniversary. We were 16, and I told her my favorite meal was chicken parmesan. She cooked it for me from scratch, and it was delicious. However, I realized that what I meant to say was chicken Alfredo. He likes the white sauce instead of the red sauce. I felt so bad that she went out of her way to cook what she thought was my favorite meal, so I didn't correct her or myself. Fast forward to now, we've been together for 11 years. We've been together for 11 years. We've been married for 2 and 1 month. Every few months, she still makes the chicken parm for me because she thinks it's my favorite. It's good, but it's just not my favorite. At this point, it's way too late to tell her the truth, right? What do you think?
Give me the white sauce, Daddy.
Holy fuck.
No, I mean, just have that adult conversation, bro. And just say, like, hey, I kind of made a boo-boo. I really like chicken Alfredo over, chicken Parmesan. I messed up. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm all for, again, I'm always for, like, appreciating your partner for, like, doing that labor of trying to make you your favorite thing. You just gotta be an adult enough to say, yeah, I fucked up. Can you make me this one instead? But still, approach it in a way with love and saying that, like, hey, appreciate you making this whole time. And, I feel like they have a sweet relationship. It sounds like an innocent little error. So just have that adult conversation.
Yeah. Okay, so there is an update. It's a short one here, but I'm glad my travesty brought so many of you joy. I apologize for taking so long to update y'all, but I was vexed with a life-altering decision and needed to weigh the response I received. I ultimately decided to tell my wife the truth. I'm not sure I made the right decision after all because I'm far more embarrassed now than I ever was over this. I have never, ever seen my wife laugh the way she did that night. Just when I thought she was done laughing, she would start all over again. We now have this incredible inside joke for the rest of our lives together. Huge thanks to everyone who commented their advice.
Sounds like a happy ending to me.
Yeah, it is a happy ending. There's tons of people in the comments commenting their own stories of this. Gwenanison said, reminds me of the poster story I read on here of a man who for some reason told his eventual wife very early in their relationship that he liked to have his coffee with salt instead of sugar because it reminded him of the sea. He was lying to cover up mistaking salt for sugar, and his eventual wife made him coffee for decades with salt every morning. And he either never told her or didn't tell her for a long time. I think the person telling the story was one of the guy's now adult children.
Oh my God. Did you watch How I Met Your Mother?
I've seen like episodes here and there, but I've never watched it.
I always get it
all the way.
confused, but I think this is like the olive theory. I think that's what it is.
No, the olive theory is in a relationship, one of you will like olives and the other one won't, so that you get to give your olives to that other person. I think.
Oh, but didn't Marshall end up liking olives the whole time though, or something like that?
I don't know, but I've heard of the olive theory, and
Gotcha.
I think that's what it is.
I always forget. I don't ever remember it. I can watch something like 30 times and I won't remember a damn detail about it. Whew. All right. Ready to get mad, Josh. This is also my last. I don't think it's anger inducing, but just like, what the fuck?
Okay. Well, I have also what the fuck story.
Okay. And then I'm going to end it on a happier note. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
Perfect. All right. So this one is posted by Throw RA Shock HSBND. Oh, that's husband. Throw RA Shocked husband. The title is My 32 male wife's 30 female friend cheated on her fiance at her bachelorette party. My wife doesn't think that it's that big of a deal. Help.
Whoa. Your wife doesn't think it's a big deal. This is reminding me of the guy whose wife's sister was cheating on their husband.
The private investigator.
She was helping her cheat.
The one that took Sean like 50 minutes to read.
That was I think one of the longest stories we've ever done.
That was a long story, yes.
At least on a main episode.
Josh, someone said that the trigger warning is still on.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, trigger warning for the Alfredo one. That's people are going to be confused when they listen to that back.
Saucy Alfredo is what essay is. All right, so all right, the story goes as this. A few weeks ago, my wife went away to Miami for one of her best friend's bachelorette party. I gotta say, I do miss Miami. The food there is so damn good. After she got back, I overheard a conversation between my wife and another one. After she got back, I overheard a conversation between my wife and another one of her friends that was also at the bachelorette party. Long story short, the bride-to-be cheated on her fiance while she was there. She met a guy at a club, took him back to her hotel room, and they had sex.
Oh,
yuck. I was shocked. To me, this was a big deal. The wedding is in a few weeks. But my wife didn't think it was that big of a deal. She said she shouldn't have done it, but it was just sex with a guy she'd never see again. Just one last fling before her friends settled down. Nothing to call off a wedding for. Absolutely fucking not. And even if they were just dating, bro, that's still cheating. That's still grounds for separating.
Yeah, spin that around and be like, okay, so if I go sleep with a random woman I'm never gonna see again. That's chill with you? That's cool? We're not gonna call off our marriage? Like, that's insane.
She got me fucked up on that, bro. Just one last fling before
Domingo. Have you seen that SNL skit?
No.
It's Ariana Grande and they're doing like Me Espresso, but it's Domingo. And so it's like they're singing the song at the wedding about how the bride cheated on the husband with a guy named Domingo at the Bachelorette.
Okay. It's ironic that's Ariana Grande though, right?
True.
Oh my gosh. You guys, if you guys are not a bonus Tuesday $10 Rich, Josh's episode on the upcoming Tuesday is hilarious as hell, by the way.
It's good.
Patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. Sign up for that $10 tier.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
What a plug.
Yeah, I know. I could not believe what I was hearing, and my thoughts immediately turned to my wife's own bachelorette party. She went to Vegas for the weekend with the same group. If she didn't think it was a big deal, did she hook up with someone else while she was there?
That's where my mind would go to.
Same. She swore on the life of our daughter that she didn't. She admitted to dancing and flirting, but nothing more. What?
Dancing's fine. Flirting's weird.
Well, my train of thought is like you're flirting and dancing with somebody.
Yeah. No. With all the other stuff, it's like it's adding up to not great.
This led to a larger conversation on her thoughts on emotionless sex. Another shocker was that she admitted that if I was the type of guy that would be okay with her sleeping with other guys, that she would probably do it. She knows I wouldn't be okay with it, so she never brought it up. She again said that sex isn't love and that she has always been able to sleep with men and not get attached. Her friends think the same way. Now, I'm not thinking about divorce, but now I'm not thinking about divorce, but I feel like my entire world has been turned upside down. What does everyone think? And quick edit. I wanted to add one more thing that gives a little more insight into her thinking. She mentioned that if I had an affair that was purely physical, she would be able to forgive me. But if it was emotional, then it would be over. I'm the complete opposite. If my wife had an emotional affair, I'd see this as something as I could fix. I don't know that is just a guy thing or not. So, any advice for that, John?
I think both are not okay, but
Same.
I don't know how you get into a relationship or a marriage without having this discussion beforehand. Like, what do you consider cheating, or at least knowing what your partner considers cheating? To me, it sounds like your wife maybe cheated on you and is trying to justify it. That's what I'm getting from
I'm
that.
with you on that, brother.
I don't know if you have any thoughts, but yeah, my mind's going to the not great place.
Writing giraffe, press X to doubt. I love it.
Cap.
That's from LA Noire, right? Writing giraffe. Love
Yeah,
that
it
game.
is. It is.
Okay, cool.
Such funny facial expressions on
fucking
that.
love that shit, bro. There is an update. So
Okay, I was hoping
OP
there
provided
was.
us an update, and it goes as this. Anyway, many of you told me to tell the fiance, and I debated, but another one of my wife's friends, call her Claire, who was also at the bachelorette weekend, beat me to it. At least Claire is sensible. Sounds like.
Yes, thank God.
The whole scene was quite dramatic from what I heard. My wife and Claire were over the house of the friend who cheated. Let's call her Wendy. When the fiance came into the room, Claire said to Wendy that she needs to tell him now or she will. The fiance pretty much knew what she meant and basically broke down. There was a lot of screaming and crying, and the fiance took it really hard, and as of now, the wedding is off. My wife looked shaken when she came home, and she ended up apologizing for making light of the situation given how much pain it caused the fiance. I told her, no shit, and she admitted that her views on this were obviously much different than most people. She gave me a hug and said that she would never be able to live with herself if she heard me like that. As for what happened on her bachelorette, Claire was present for my wife's bachelor as well. Claire and I have also been friends for years, and I met my wife through her actually. So it stands to reason that she would have definitely told me if my wife slept with another guy during her bachelorette. So I'm satisfied for now. I'm happy Claire was there.
Yeah, Claire seems like a goat.
Yes.
Yeah, good for her for being honest and telling her that she'd tell the fiance and that wedding is off for now. And then I'm glad your wife also came to her senses and realized, oh yeah, that is actually pretty fucked up. It's crazy that it took this. I don't know if she was just justifying it for her friend, but it's concerning for me. I think I would recommend couples therapy to talk about that a bit more, to work that out and make sure you actually do truly stand on the same level on that.
Yeah, I agree. And you kind of beat me to it, my guy. Like that was going to be my next suggestion because he said like on the last sentence, he says, suppose I'm satisfied for now. But if that was me and if that was in my situation, hearing that from my partner, with me being an overthinker all the time, that would fester in my mind. And I'm like, there's gonna, at least for me, I'm gonna build some sort of like resentment, and I'm just have this paranoia. Like anytime you go out with like that set of friends, and it seems like, they've been in their circle forever. It's like, oh, what the fuck have you guys been doing? Like, are you guys gonna cover up for each other?
Yeah.
I'm glad that Claire is there because Claire is obviously a goat in this scenario, but. Yeah, I would have a sit down with a professional and say like, all right, let's air everything out. Like, how can we? I need to look past this, and how can you reassure me as your partner that you would never do something like this? And I'll kind of just get it out in the open there. And it's like, all right, so what do you want out of this? Blah blah blah. And I don't know. I just feel some type of way, and I wouldn't just brush it off like that.
Yeah, I don't want to call it a personal story because I'm not involved at all. It's like a friend of a friend that I heard this through. They were at a bachelorette party and they didn't know this person, but through the bachelorette basically. But I guess when they were out partying one night, she hooked up with someone and she was with someone else at the time. And I don't think any of her closer friends told the guy. Like I said, the friend of a friend I know doesn't know this person at all or their fiance, so they felt weird about telling them. I said they probably should, but I don't think they did. And then I think they just got married last year as well. So not great, but it apparently happens more often than you think.
I don't know, man. I just don't fuck with cheaters like that.
I can't fathom doing that. I just, even especially if it's like a bachelorette for a friend or a bachelor for a friend. Why would you cause drama at your friend's bachelor or bachelor?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Crazy. But yeah, anyway, that's again, I don't know these people, but that's just what I've heard from people.
Trifling.
It's crazy. But anyway, last one I got here will remind you of the old man story that you just told, Sean or John.
Racist. Wrong
Christ.
brown, Josh.
My bad. It's from r/relationship advice by throwaway friendo 11. And the title is, should I, 21 male, go for my brother's 19 male girlfriend, 19 female, if she's giving me all the signs?
There's a lot of people out there. Stop dipping your stick the same place your brother did. What are you guys doing? Y'all don't got fucking options? Do you live in a town of like 3 people, you fucking idiots? Go venture somewhere. Move to a new area code. Explore, change your settings on Tinder, Hinge, whatever app you use. Fuck. 25 plus miles and up. Something. Weirdos.
Pay for premium to go somewhere else.
Yes.
Yeah, this one's crazy. So my brother and his girlfriend have come to our grandma's house for a week that they have off. They have been here for 5 days and they won't leave me for 3 more, and it's killing me. My little brother is not the best looking in the family. He's just not. Since he started seeing Sandra, he's gone to the gym and bulked up a bit and changed his hair and his eating habits. Not because she forced him. She loved him even when he was chubby. He said he wanted to start working out and eating better to get on the same level of attractiveness as her. My best friend and I both agree that beforehand that she is very good looking just from her pictures with my brother on social media and stuff. He's really talking his brother down. Like, looks aren't everything, dude. and maybe she finds him attractive. You never know. Like,
yeah,
judging.
I don't know. And it sounds like the little brother is like, the type of person that would work hard for the relationship. Because it's like, okay, if you're doing that much to fucking improve yourself, to, make yourself more appealing to your partner. If I was a partner in that situation, I'm like, man, I'll fucking gas them up. Be like, fuck yeah, you looking good, baby girl. Like,
yeah.
And to me, the brother also sounds like a jealous little prick. And I don't think the girlfriend is giving signals to the guy. It's just his ego inflating, saying, I'm hotter than my brother. I bet she wants me more.
Yeah. When you said brother, I thought you meant the other brother. You meant OP, though.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. So Sandra and Cody came to visit my grandmother, and I was there because I'm currently living with her. Not only is she ridiculously hot, she's funny and smart, too. She's pre-med and taking a lot of hard classes that Cody says she's breezing through. She is the world's easiest person to talk to. That is the only check marks for OP. Doesn't matter if she's dating your brother. The first night she came to visit, she was quiet, as this was the first time meeting my extended family for her. The next day, Cody had a migraine and she wanted to stay home with him and take care of him, but I convinced her to go to the mall with me, and Cody encouraged her to. We spent the day at the mall together. We played with puppies at the store and shopped a bit and got lunch. I don't think I've ever gotten along with someone as well as I've gotten along with Sandra. She's beautiful, witty, and basically my ideal partner. I have quickly developed strong feelings for her. Dude has just never talked to a girl before.
I want to backhand this person so bad. Not even on a video game, in real life, buddy.
It gets really fucking messy from here, as if it wasn't already. Cody was showing me some memes on his phone and accidentally swiped by a nude of hers. He thought I wasn't looking at his phone, but I did manage to see it. I know this is really bad, but when he got up to go to the bathroom, I unlocked his phone and went to look at it.
Boy,
Yeah.
ew.
I couldn't help myself. I've already mentioned that that I think she's hot, so I won't go into details about how I felt about the picture because it's pretty obvious. I felt so guilty about it. I doubt you did.
Press X for doubt.
Yeah, press X for doubt. After this incident, I think people started noticing me become uncomfortable near her. My brother, my mom, and my grandma asked me about it, and eventually Sandra asked if she had done anything to offend me, and I said no. I came to my senses and stopped acting like a douche. I asked if she wanted to go to the grocery store with me, and she said sure. I thought it would just be the two of us, but Cody tagged along as well.
No shit, that's her boyfriend, douchebag.
Yeah, why would you just think that? We went to the grocery store together, went back, and ended up driving to the city in the afternoon. The city is about an hour away from where we live. Cody fell asleep in the car, and again, it was Sandra and me talking. She ended up climbing from the backseat to the front to talk to me. We talked and joked the whole way into the city, and I just knew there was something there. I did something stupid, and I told her that I wished we'd met in high school, and she replied that she thinks we would have been best friends. And then in brackets, he puts, ouch.
So she wasn't into you. Bro, you're like a little brother to me type of shit. You dumbass. That's what
Older
you
brother.
get. Oh, older brother, yeah.
It's so funny that he put ouch afterwards. Like, what else did you expect her to say? Fucking idiot. However, once we reached the city, she was back being lovey-dovey with Cody. It sucked because I wanted to hold her hand so bad. I think they felt bad for me because yesterday was Valentine's Day and I don't have a girlfriend, so they didn't kiss or anything. They just looked at each other like they're in love. My questions are the following. I know she can tell that we have a good connection, so should I go for it?
No.
I really want to tell her my feelings this evening. What's the best way to do that? Thanks.
Shut the fuck up. That's what you do. You don't say shit.
Dude, that is your brother's girlfriend. She is being nice to you because you are her partner's brother. You know what I mean? Like that's the reason. You are family to her going forward, and that's why she's being nice to you. You are being a fucking weirdo.
Why is it that I hate this about dudes, right? Like they conflate like a woman being nice to them as a way of flirting. It's like, dude, they're obviously with your brother and they have a healthy relationship, it seems like. And your brother seems like he thinks that he has a good relationship with you because he's like, he trusts you enough to say like, oh yeah, you know, you want to go to the mall? Like, hey, my girlfriend also wants to go to the mall. You guys want to go together? Like you guys can hang out like as family, basically. Yes. That's how much trust your little brother has in you because that's what it should be, right? Like you're the older brother. You probably were some sort of like a protector for your little brother in you know, you're growing up. Maybe he still thinks that you have that relationship, but instead you're out here lusting for your little brother's girlfriend just because your bitch ass can't find a lady for your own because you have no fucking social skills. You don't have the emotional fucking intelligence to not hit on someone that's not yours to begin with. You are no fucking, as a matter of fact, you deserve to be lonely for the next 30 fucking Valentine's Day because you're an idiot, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's a wonder you don't have a girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I don't have much else to add on to that, but
get therapy.
For real.
Because you need it. There is an update to the story. We just haven't got to it yet. I wanted John to go on his spiel.
I hate that. You know, this is like a kind of a funny thing too, because I have a tattoo that says brotherhood, right? And I have that with like, you know, like 7 of my closest friends. And it's absolutely like that. You know, that's how it is with us. Like there would be times where like, you know, before we would go out and like party and all that. And, you know, some of them get really plastered. Like it's gone to the point that it's like, I mean, all of them are like, you know, engaged, married, have children. There's always a point where like any of us could like be plastered at one point, knowing that like, hey, we're going to have each other's back. Like, you know, with our significant others. Like there'll be times where I'll be in the Uber and like all the ladies are there, or vice versa. Like, you know, like any one of us can step up and just like be a protector and like just be a brother to our sisters. You know, that's kind of what it is. Like I treat every single one of them like they're my younger sister or older sister, and it's like it's fucking weird ass behavior. Like your
Yeah.
own flesh and blood can lust for someone that you seem like they're happy with, bro. It's just weird, man.
Oh, it's so weird. Someone in comment said, "Who the fuck are you guys?" I just searched Reddit on YouTube. We are a Reddit podcast, so if you want that, we've got tons of content. You could check it out. That's that's so funny.
Are you the Green Goblin?
Yes.
Well, Norman Osborn, welcome.
Spider-Man was just here. You missed him.
We were just here.
All right, so let's move on to the update here. So against Reddit's and my better judgment, which I don't think you had this thought, but I spoke to my brother. As you can imagine, all hell broke loose. The guilt was eating me up, and I told him about the feelings I had for his girlfriend. I also came clean about looking at her nudes and apologized profusely. This was about 3 hours ago. My brother punched me in the face and busted my lip.
Shit, let me jump in on that.
Let's all take a turn.
Yeah.
He went to our grandma and told her that he didn't feel comfortable with me in the house. My poor grandma was so confused, and Cody vaguely told her that I acted inappropriately with Sandra and violated her boundaries. He went into Sandra's room and asked her to pack her things so they could leave and find a hotel to stay in. All I could hear was her saying, "What? Why? What's wrong?" He took her and left to stay in Atlanta, promising my grandma he'd call and explain when he got there. He just called her via landline and they will be getting lunch tomorrow. I received a text from Sandra about a half hour ago. It said, "Honestly, this is ridiculous that I even have to say this. You have violated Cody's trust and my trust. The pics weren't meant for your eyes. I love your brother, not you. It's never going to happen. You've ruined any possible friendship we could have had. I'm not angry, but I can't forgive this, and I believe you need therapy. Good luck, OP. I hope you get the help you need." End quote.
Hey, bro, it's the one that hurts the most when people say, "I'm not angry." Like I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
That hurts more, bro. I'm like, damn, I fucked up that bad. Oh my God. Yeah, he definitely needs help. Sorry, I interrupted there.
That's how I feel when we get like super unhinged comments, or anytime I'm like, I hope you get the help you need. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I'm sitting here bawling in my bed while my grandma knocks on the door to ask what's wrong. Reddit, what do I do? What are my steps to fix things with my brother? How do I apologize to Sandra? What do I tell my poor grandmother? Thanks in advance. I should have listened to your advice. Jesus Christ.
This is what you should do, OP. Listen to them first and let this be your road to redemption, right? A lot of them suggest that you should get therapy. I personally, and I feel like Josh might say the same, that should be your first step.
Oh, yeah.
Be like, you're the older brother, and you should kind of heed to what your younger brother was doing. In the beginning, you mentioned that your brother is like, doing, like going to the gym, getting his health together to be a better person. So that way, he can be a good person for the girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can do the same, right? Like what you did is egregious. What you did sucked. And it's a horrible thing to do. But you're still young. You're what, 21, you say?
He's 21, yeah.
He's 21. As shitty as this is still salvageable, but there's a lot of work that you need to put on, right?
Yeah.
Start by going to therapy, making yourself better. Your one apology is not going to be it for you. Like you're probably going to have to do a lifetime of apology. And it's not just the words, it's the actions that you're going to take moving forward. Sandra and your brother might never trust you, and you're just going to have to live with that because you did some really fucked up things. But you need to start a pattern of behavior that's positive. Start behaviors that are like, not detrimental to anybody, but just like you're giving back more than you take. So get better. You're salvageable. You're still pretty young. Lay off the fucking red pill podcasts and all these weird shit. Stop having weird intrusive thoughts about your brother's lover or brother's girlfriend, and just work on yourself, my guy. And start your apology tour, but you got to work on yourself.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah. Give them the space they need, and you need to 100% go to therapy and work on building meaningful relationships long before you consider even getting a girlfriend. You need a lot of therapy.
Absolutely.
All right. Huge shout out to Angie. Donated $20. Said, have a wonderful rest of the day. Be safe,
Angie.
Be kind, and be true to yourself. Love you, fam. Huge thanks to Angie.
Love you, Angie.
For that. Yeah. What did you? Oh, sorry, I cut you off there, John. What
I was gonna say, shall we end it on a high note?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Last story of the day is from Deleted. You bitch.
Coward.
Coward. But the title of this story is Loopy, high boyfriend coming off of anesthesia.
So literally a high.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So my boyfriend, 21 male, had a very long, very invasive surgery today. He was under strong anesthesia for nearly 4 hours. They finally called and say we can come see him, but warned us he was extremely high from the anesthesia. I, 19 female, have been with him for almost a year and a half. We tell each other we love each other multiple times every day, and I have never doubted he loves me, but today was just a new level. He comes out of the ICU and he doesn't see me at first, and then the nurse points to me and says, "There she is." He looks at me, begins to cry, and reaches his hands out for me like a baby, telling me I was the most beautiful thing he's ever seen in the whole world.
Aww.
He's so happy to see me, he loves me, and he can't believe I'm his girlfriend, staring at my face, kissing my hand and kissing my hands. The nurses told me he couldn't stop talking about me when he woke up after the surgery. He grabbed my hand the whole way back to his room, and while we were in the room, every single time a nurse came in, he asked them, "Isn't she so pretty? This is my girlfriend. She's so sweet." And I honestly could not keep myself from crying. He was in so much pain, yet he would still grab onto my hand and smile at me from his hospital bed. He would drift off to sleep, still holding my hand, then wake up and freak out until I reassured him I was right next to him, and he would just smile so big and adorable and fall back asleep again. I don't even know if he will remember all of this tomorrow, but I don't care. I don't know how I could love this boy even more, but I do. Just wanted to gush. Thanks, Reddit.
Holy fuck, that is a wholesome ass story.
I'm kicking my feet. I can't stretch that far. Ah!
Yeah, I mean, he might not remember it, but I mean, he feels that every day. You can tell.
Yeah.
So
he's high as hell, but he's still thinking about you, baby girl. You should be incredibly happy.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm incredibly happy for you too, and hold on to him. He seems like a good one.
First person on energy, anesthesia, more like anesthesia.
Hell yeah. Well,
I'm gonna need first person on energy to like ghostwrite some of my puns because I've been off this year, brother.
Yeah, it's only been a couple weeks, but
you know, it's all
it's
good.
okay.
It's been the longest fucking year so far, man, or month so far.
Yeah. You've been working on yourself at the gym too much.
You know, I feel like the calories leaving my body is also escaping some of my pun knowledge. Like, fuck, something's got to give, right?
Something's got to give. I mean, you're looking great, buddy.
Oh, thank you, my guy. You look very handsome yourself.
Thank you. I skipped the gym today, so
daddy.
But yeah, thank you for that palate cleanser, John. We needed that to end off this Wednesday stream. We appreciate y'all coming out today. If you're looking for this on audio, it'll be up sometime later this evening. We'll post it there, and it's available on Patreon for those who have Patreon. It'll be available here for replay afterwards. Check it out. I'll add the timestamps in eventually. Please be patient. We will get there. And finally, I think we are going to do a Marvel Rivals stream Friday night, me and Sean. So check that out. I don't know what time. We'll announce it on Instagram, Discord, and you'll see it here on YouTube. We'll actually schedule it properly instead of today. So yeah, if you want to check out the gaming stream, I think I've got it figured out, and we'll test it then. And then I think Saturday night,
possibly
Saturday night, we're going to be doing some more Pico Park and a couple party games. So if you want to check that out, you can be there Saturday as well.
Riding Giraffe. Think this daddy thing needs to be taken to HR. Riding Giraffe. It is me. I'm taking it to myself.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It goes nowhere.
It's a company policy now.
there's a stack of reports from mostly Sean, and John has them just put away where he opens them up, and I see him laughing every once in a while he reads them.
I'm like that Ron Swanson meme in that chair, right? I'm just fucking this the whole time.
Shout out to Fred, says going on my first ever date, bros date later with wish me luck.
Hell yeah,
$2.
Fred.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. Good luck with
I
that.
love a bros date. I miss having bros date with my guys over here.
Yeah.
When are we gonna see each other again?
Hopefully soon. My weekends are packed right now at the early part of the year, so it'll have to be later half of the year if that's cool. We'll do
We're contractually obligated to see each other once a year. Okay?
We'll do a meetup. I'm just saying it can't be in the near future. It'll have to be after May. I think that's when all my weddings.
I fucking have so much travel this year already.
I have weddings and bachelors and stuff to plan for the rest of the beginning of this year. So my friends are finally getting married, and it's a busy time.
Congrats to all the friends.
Yeah. But anyway, Wikimaniacs, we'll leave you on that. Don't forget to click like and subscribe. If you want to get some bonus content, we've got the Friday episode coming out tomorrow for our Patreon and YouTube members. Links will be in the description. If you want the Tuesday episodes that John mentioned earlier, that's on our Patreon for the $10 tier. And with that, I think we'll close it out. Thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing live stream. Can't wait to do more of these going forward. And we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye.
We'll switch it up here. Whoa.